Hey y'all, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Vlogmas Day 16. I'm so excited to be reading this Advent Devotional. It's upside down. Advent Devotional for Day 16 because we're talking all about John the Baptist today. So, as usual with these videos, timestamps are linked down below. The first part of this will be the Advent Daily Devotional, and then we'll cut into the hubs and me opening up daily Advent calendars, and then the content of this video, which should be the mid-month wrap-up, okay? I've not filmed it yet, but we're here. So that's what I'm planning for this video. The timestamps are below if you want to see kind of what I've read so far this month. And I also have the links down below for the playlist of 2023 Vlogmas in case you've missed any videos, so you can catch up on that, or the one from last year if you want to watch those too. So, without further ado, let's dive back into Star of Wonder by Angela Hunt. And today is John the Baptizer. Ancient times, a herald would run before the chariot of the king, alerting people to his approach. When they heard the herald shout, people would stop what they were doing and prepare to bow. If they were doing something the king wouldn't approve of, they'd adjust their behavior. John the Baptist was the herald for the promised king of the Jews. When John began to preach, people stopped what they were doing to listen, and a great many of them repented of their ungodly actions to prepare themselves for the Messiah. When Elizabeth gave birth to her baby, her family and neighbors rejoiced because she who had been barren had been blessed with a son. On the 8th day, when the time came for the child to be named and circumcised, Elizabeth said that the child would be named John. Actually, his Hebrew name was Yochanan. Her announcement stunned the friends and family who had gathered to celebrate the child's name day because no one in their family was named that. The guests protested that she was defying tradition, but Elizabeth refused to relent. The guests turned to Zechariah, who had been mute ever since his encounter with the archangel Gabriel. He must have been rendered deaf as well, because the guests made signs to him instead of telling him about the problem. Luke 1:62. After asking for a tablet, Zechariah wrote these words. His name is Yochanan. Yochanan. Sorry. End of story. He and Elizabeth were committed to obeying God, who had already supplied the baby's name. Because Zechariah was obedient in the moment of his speech and hearing were restored, he immediately began to praise God and prophesy. Zechariah's prophecy refocused on his son and the coming Messiah. The first part of his declaration, Luke 1:68 through 75, speaks of the Messiah's salvation. The second half centers on John's ministry. Perhaps he held his tiny son in his arms as he uttered these words. And you, child, will be called a prophet of Elion, the Most High. For you will go before Adonai to prepare his ways, to give knowledge of salvation to his people through removal of their sins. Through our God's heart of mercy, the sunrise from on high will come upon us to give light to those who sit in darkness, and in this shadow of death, to guide our feet in the way of shalom. Luke 1:76 through 79. Because God's heart overflows with mercy, the sunrise from on high will come, a reference to Malachi 3:20. But for you who revere my name, the Sun of Righteousness will rise, with healing in its wings. The sun will shine on two groups, those who sit in spiritual darkness, the Gentiles, and the Jews, to whom the Messiah will bring peace. We know very little about John's youth, but we do know he went to the desert early in his life and lived there until the day of public appearance to Israel, Luke 1:80. John was the divinely appointed herald. In What Happened to the Herald, said Rabbi Arnold Fritzenbaum, I can't say his name, but what also happened to the king. Another pattern. Gabriel announced the impending birth of both men. Both babies were born by women who should not have been able to have children. Both were named by God. Both spent time in the wilderness. Both waited until the Spirit led them to begin public ministry. John preached on the east bank of the Jordan River just before it joined the Dead Sea. Because the river was too shallow to immerse people into the dry season, he moved north to Aenon, A-E-N-O-N, near Salim, for much water was there in that location. John 3:23. When John told the people to repent, they asked how. What shall we do? John's answer was nothing if practical. Whoever has two coats, let him give to the one who has none. and whoever has food, let him do the same. To the tax collectors he said, do not make more than you are supposed to. He admonished soldiers, do not take anything from anyone by force. Do not falsely accuse anyone, and be content with your wages. Luke 3:10-14. When John's disciples became concerned that Jesus was baptizing more people than their master, they went to John. He allayed their fears, explaining that the situation was unfolding as God intended. You yourselves testify that I said, I am not the Messiah, but rather I am sent before him. The one who has the bride is the bridegroom, but the best man rejoices when he stands and hears the bridegroom's voice. So now my joy is complete. He must increase, while I must decrease. John 3:28-30. John understood exactly who he was meant to be. I love that. A moment for wonder. What happened to the herald happened to the king. Both John and Jesus attracted students or disciples. Both men ministered for a period of approximately 3 years. John likely spent 2 of the 3 years in Antipas's prison, but both John and Jesus spoke the truth, and some people hated them for it. Both were arrested while innocent. Both were put to death for personal reasons disguised as political actions. You may be familiar with the story of John's execution. Herod Antipas had married Herodias, the former wife of his still living brother. Such a marriage was forbidden by Jewish law, and John didn't hesitate to call out their sin. Antipas was afraid to act because he knew John was a righteous man. Herodias jumped at an opportunity to kill the prophet who had criticized her. At Antipas's birthday party, Herod's daughter, Salome, danced for the king. Antipas was so pleased that he recklessly promised the girl anything she wanted. Prompted by her vengeful mother, she asked for the head of John the Baptist on a platter, and Antipas ruefully granted her request. John's disciples were allowed to take the prophet's body and place it in a tomb, and afterward they informed Jesus of his death. Matthew 14:12. John died after he completed his mission, and of him Jesus said, Amen, I tell you, among those born of women, none has arisen greater than John the Immerser. Yet the least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. Matthew 11:11. Oh, amen. Father, as Jesus is coming again, may we be heralds of the returning King. John spoke to the people living in darkness, those who were not so different than the people living today. John testified of his kinsman, the coming Messiah, and we who have been made sons and daughters of God can testify of our Lord's return. Help us to speak as openly and plainly as John did. Help us to be on guard against those who would stifle our speech or twist our message. Protect us from the evil one. You have called us to be witness, to give us strength and wisdom to be faithful heralds. Amen. I love that so much. Oh my goodness. Just so much just impact there to just think about John the Baptist. There's something about that his story that I love, that God just perfectly ordained him to be the one, right, to be the one before the Lord and to prepare the way for him and to get everyone just ready for him, to prepare that way. And I've always loved that. I love John the Baptist is definitely one of my favorite characters in the Bible. Everything that they went through was very similar. And again, can we even be just like him? I mean, just like it says, yet the least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. If that isn't something that's like to think about, very impactful to think about. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this devotional today. Tomorrow's devotional is all about Mary of Nazareth for day 17. So yeah, let's get on to the Advent calendar openings. With day 16, and we're going to be opening mine first, the Harry Potter one, and we've got Gryffindor here, so we'll see what this is. It's flat, so it's probably something like paper or something.
Probably a letter from the headmaster.
Oh, I'd rather stay at Hogwarts this Christmas, and it's a notebook.
Oh, wow, that's cute. Something more stationary that Amanda does not need.
I could give that to Lucinda in her Christmas card.
Honestly, yeah, she would love this. Actually, is there anything else we would want to give her?
Yeah, I've got several things.
I don't know if you want to give her that. I didn't give her anything. I don't care.
I'll have to look.
But yeah, this is cool for great niece. Call her. It's my cousin's daughter. Anyways, yeah, she would love this. She's into Harry Potter, so yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's super cute.
I'm up. Sorry, I got too comfortable there. My bad. That ain't number 16.
If it's more cards, Okay, now
All right, let's
these
see
cards.
here. Oh wait, yeah, here. Oh, it's a single card. We'll see what we get. Is it a hollow? It's gotta be, right? Ooh, I kind of see it. These are so hard to get out. This is so sketch. I'm telling you guys, this is so sketch. I can't get it out. Oh wait. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, cool. So this is
a special card. What is that?
Krygonal. What is this?
Crystallizing Pokemon.
Krygonal. So.
Krygonal.
Okay, so this is basically like a crystal Pokemon. This is a newer one too. It's number 615. I don't know this Pokemon either.
It's got the little snowflake on it though.
Yeah, it's part of that holiday set, like I told you. So these are like.
Well, at least you're collecting those.
These are reprints of other main sets, is what this is.
Okay.
So that's cool.
You happy
That's
with
cool.
it?
Yeah, I mean, I like the snowflake cards. They're cool.
All right.
So that was 16.
So we'll see y'all tomorrow for 17. Ooh, 17's big. Y'all, I'm fired up. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow for 17. So let's talk about the number one, the books I've read so far this month. There's only like 3. I've been so busy. What I want to read this weekend, what's to come for the remaining of Vlogmas, all that good stuff. And today I'm filming this on Thursday, December the 14th. And y'all, it's been busy. I mean, I have been so busy. You're seeing this on Saturday, December 16th, so it's pretty recent me, okay? A lot of this stuff you've seen me has been from October, November, a little bit of December, trying to get everything done, but thank you so much for all of your great support and comments and feedback on Vlogmas, the formatting, the Advent calendar shenanigans with the hubs, and, you know, the Advent Devotional has been just such a blessing throughout this time. I think a lot of us have enjoyed it, and you can actually say you've read it now, right? Once I'm done, okay? Y'all can say you read this, okay? Because I've actually started reading most of it, okay? There's a few things I might have skipped, a few sentences here and there, but like after that first few days, I actually started reading pretty much the whole thing. So that's fun. Marked on Goodreads. Anyway, yeah, it's been such a blessing to read through that with you guys, and I've really enjoyed all the feedback and the comments and the interactions. Yes, but your girl is tired, okay? So I'm hoping to get all this done this weekend, okay? And get some reading in, because I've only read 3 books so far in the last 2 weeks, which is unusual for me, but I've been, number one, very busy for work, to the grind. So much going on, y'all. It's crazy. We won't even get into it, but it's just been busy, okay? And I've been so tired, mentally drained, trying to get all of the videos done, all this stuff for Vlogmas as well. So focusing more so on the content, my free time content of the channel versus reading. And so hopefully I can get all this stuff done by the end of the weekend, okay? So without further ado, we're going to talk first about the books. Actually, no, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about what's coming for Vlogmas. Y'all want to? Let's do that. Because I've got a lot of good stuff already scheduled out, and I'll kind of tell you what my plan is for the remainder. Okay, we're kind of halfway here. Let's talk about the stuff that's coming out. So, tomorrow you will see the Q&A with the hubs. Okay, day 17, part 1. Where we answered all your questions. It's literally 59 minutes. Okay, so get your tea and coffee tomorrow, okay? I hope you enjoy it. All the good things. And actually, the content in the videos actually are not fully 59 minutes, but, you know, I'm adding in like 20 minutes of other stuff at the beginning, so we here. But at least 40 minutes of the hubs and me talking, okay, about all your questions you had that were not Christmas related. And then for day 18, we've got a Q&A part 2 about the Christmas traditions, our favorite foods, all those good things. That's coming. And then on day 19, the 23 and 2023, did I say that right? 23 and 2023. The wrap up, the reading wrap up with the hubs. So Blake's coming back again. So we got 3 back-to-back videos with the hubs. I hope y'all enjoy those. But he had so much fun filming them with me. I don't think we're going to do our 24 in 2024 in December. That'll have to be in January. I've got a lot of stuff planned for January, but like spaced out so I can take the breaks I need, like I told y'all. So, you know, I've got the ideas written out, but again, maybe just be 2 videos a week and might get a 3rd one sometimes, but we're here. I've got, like, might go into February at this point. And then for day 20, I have a different video I didn't really plan to do, but I don't think I'm going to get to the baking stuff. Like, I just need to accept that. It's not going to happen. So, I'm so busy, I just can't even commit to thinking about it. So, maybe in a vlog, I don't know, we'll see. Probably not. So, I know y'all love me anyway. But, yeah, so day 20 is opening up some Day Spring mystery boxes that I bought, and I thought that would be so much fun to share with you guys, and it was a lot of fun filming that. So yeah, I got a lot of good stuff to come. That's what's currently scheduled out. So I still have to do 4 more videos, you guys. So for that, I plan on doing the goals wrap up. I already took all my notes and everything, so I'm gonna get that filmed this weekend. The bookshelf tour, okay, things are coming right along with the shelves. Okay, I know this looks weird, but we're gonna talk about my remaining TBR here. That's what that's for. So got just a lot of good things. Okay, but we have got a lot of stuff in order, okay? So I plan on filming that this weekend, and probably won't be too long. I'm going to try just to, like, literally run through them, say the name and the titles, and go on. Like, I'm going to try to do the best I can. But you know how that goes. So then we're going to do, actually, I've already started these next 2 videos, and that is the Little Women reading vlog. I've started it, okay? Got some footage for it on my computer, and I've got the Christmas reading vlog. I've started it and have the footage on my computer as well. So 24th is going to have day 24 and 25 of the Advent stuff in there. So that's one extra thing to mention. So I don't know how long that video is going to be. Okay, it might be over an hour at this point. But either way, that's what I've got. So, favorite books of the year, least favorite books of the year, all that'll be in January. Okay, usually I try to stick to January with that because you never know, I could find a favorite at the end of the year. I will go ahead and talk about the goals, you know, my stats and stuff, wrap up for this year before the end of the year, but the actual favorites of the year is going to come in January. Tons of fun things planned. So I've talked for like 6 minutes on this, and I don't even know what I'm doing. But I wanted to just kind of give you a little update on Vlogmas and kind of some things of where we're at. And I do need to film probably 4 more of the Advent devotionals. And that's it. So without further ado, let's talk about the books I have read so far this month. The first one I read was Deadfall by Nancy Mehl. I mentioned this recently in a video, but I didn't really go into it. This was book 2 in the Quantico Files by Nancy. For book 1 is Nightfall. And this one was not as like creepy as book 1 was. But it was still very interesting. Buddy read this with my friend Teresa over at My Cozy Reading Life on Instagram. Love her so much. She's my Nancy Mehl reading buddy pretty much. And I had so much fun chatting with her about this and just like walking through all the craziness that Nancy Mehl brings, because let me say, she keeps you on the edge of your seat. She's a new favorite author for me. After reading Cold Pursuit, Nightfall, and now this, I'm hooked. I'm hooked, okay? So we plan to read book 3 of this series in January. I'm super excited about it. But the first one in this series is Nightfall. Book 2 is Deadfall, and book 3 is Freefall. And this is the Quantico Files, if I didn't say that. And so this book, it just, like I said, she just keeps you on the edge of your seat. You are just top, I mean, she's just a top tier Christian suspense author, truly. You know, we're following Alex still. We're following Alex and Logan, and through this journey of them together as in the FBI behavior analysis unit. But the co-founder for the unit, John Davis, we start off with him being found dead in his hotel room, and it looks like we have suicide going on here. Okay, like, there's no evidence of anyone have been in the room, and it turns out there's like this serial killer on the loose who is causing people to commit suicide through this app on a phone or something. Like, it's crazy. It is the most craziest thing. So if that's a trigger, please be aware of that. But I mean, how you catch a killer who never touches his victims? Like, it was this whole thing, y'all. And so the killer is pretty much targeting Alex's unit, and things really get crazy after that. So yeah, we also get to see Kaylee Quinn from the Kaylee Quinn Profiler series. I think that book 1 is Mind Games in that series. So I've not read it. But I don't really feel like I missed anything with her being in here. I don't think I needed to know anything else. Maybe I was spoiled for something I didn't realize. But I honestly, by the time I get to Mind Games, the memory will be gone. So it'd be fine. Again, I had no idea who the killer was. So there's that. And I was just really surprised, on edge. You know how it goes. The faith that Nancy weaves in this, loved it. I love how Alex is starting to just, you know, lean into her newfound faith, and just how the Lord is showing up in every circumstance for them. It was just great to see that. And I think that I gave this 4.5 stars. It was not quite the 5-star level, just because there was something that happened at the end that I would have liked to seen happen versus being told. But overall, it was just top tier, okay? I was literally like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? I was sending Teresa Telegram chat going, girl, this book. I was like, no, what is going on, Nancy? So yeah, I mean, hey, she's just a great author. I love it. I really want to read all her books at this point. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. Then on December the 5th, I picked up a book that was so on a whim, y'all. It was not in my TBR, but the synopsis, okay, when you hear this, it was like a fun, I give it 3.5 stars, okay? It was just a fun, just Christmas read that I was so here for. And it was called Almost Like Being in Love by Sariah Wilson, whatever you say her name. Sariah, however you say it. It was a novella, Christmas novella, okay? And it was literally like the most instant love thing. But let me say, before you cut me off here, okay? The fact that this had a Scottish family and the setting was 17th century, time travel, girl from America who falls in love with a Scotsman at Christmas time. I forgive the insta love. I still gave it 3.5 stars. You know, it wasn't perfect. But let me just say, I was here for this setting, the characters. I probably would not have picked this up if it didn't have all that, okay? Because, you know, my love for all that stuff. So, yeah, it had time travel in Scotland. Sign me up. That's all you had to say. So, this is on Kindle Unlimited. It did have the audio, I think, through in Kindle Unlimited. I don't have Kindle Unlimited, but I used an Audible credit to purchase this, okay? The narration with the Scottish accent I was here for this, okay? I know I'm gushing like it's a 5-star read. It's not a 5-star read, but it's so fun. Like, I don't even know. It's almost like this over-the-top entertainment value that you just have fun reading. You know, you have a good time listening to it. And it's almost like just so over the top, like so whatever, that you're like, this would never happen, right? But I love the Scottish dialogue and the narration. And I don't think this book is really meant to be taken, quote, seriously. I think it's meant to have a lot of fun while reading it and just enjoy it during the Christmas season. It's, you know, it's this magical realism thing with this time travel stuff going on. And, you know, the romance was clean. It's not a Christian read, but it is clean and has kisses only. So there were a few descriptions, very slight, of innuendos, intimate moments, and some of that, you know, more jokes and things like that, you know, that were a little bit more described, but I was fine with it. But I still want to mention that for some of y'all. Like, it just, I don't know, it's perfect for fans of Outlander, who want just something entertaining and clean, just a cute little Christmas read to read this season, you know. This was my first book by this author, and I probably should tell you what this is about at this point. I'm so bad about, like, gushing and then telling you, but this follows this American girl named Marin, not Megan, honey, Marin, Kelly. I can't remember how the audiobook pronounced it at this point, okay, memory. But she was with her friend Penny, and they get lost in the Scottish Highlands, and they're caught in a blizzard. And they're visiting there at the request of Marin's mother, how do you say her name again? Her mother is dying from cancer, so that's a trigger, if you know, that's content there. Because that was hard. There's some stuff she's went through with that. But her mother, since she's dying, really wants her to, you know, experience the Scottish Highlands, the magic of Scotland before she dies. And they do that, and they end up getting rescued by a handsome Highlander, 17th century guy, a Scotsman, and his family named Duncan. His name was Duncan Campbell. And Duncan and her have this, like, literally this whole true love at first sight thing that you're literally kind of cringing a little bit at, but you know, they kind of go on shelter in the castle, and in the area. It's like High Glen is the castle. And it was just a cute little time, you know. Just true insta love, though. Full through and through. I don't love Insta Love It again. I just forgave it because the entertainment and the setting and the time travel and all that stuff. And the issue I had with this, though, was like, I do not understand this time travel. There's time jumps and so much in this. It's like, wait a minute, how she got her cell phone? I don't understand how this worked. Like, she had her phone. Like, did she go through time? Did he? Is it just, I feel like it's, I really didn't understand. I must have missed a listen or something, because I think I must have glossed over them explaining it, because I know it seems like there's like this village that's like, there's something that comes through and like then the village appears. I don't know if it's like I don't know. Somehow they had seen people from the future there. Like, I think they're the time travelers and like travelers, and like they kind of got swept up into it. But like the girl had ibuprofen with her still. She kept all her stuff. Like, her cell phone was there. She had her screen out. She didn't have no way to charge it, but it was like, what? This is weird. So like some of that was just like, what? But again, I still had a lot of fun with it. You know, there was a lot of good Scottish stuff in here. You know, Christmas traditions. So, overall, a very fun Christmas novella that kept me very entertained, okay? The next book I read, which is the last book so far, full book. I'll talk about the kind of one I'm in the middle of here in a minute. But book 2 in the Sisters of the Rockies series. This is Rocky Mountain Promise by Misty M. Beller. And I picked this up for Honest Reading Review through Bethany House. And, you know, I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I think I like book 1 a little bit more, but I still really enjoyed this. This was so much fun because Lorelai, I think it's Lorelai, my names. But anyway, how you pronounce, you know. She's the sister of Juniper, who's in the first book, right? And so we're out west, of course, the Rockies and all that stuff. And Lorelai has like this love for animals and like there's such a heart for animals, truly. And there's some animals in need and all this stuff that we see. And we see Lorelai and her sisters. They're on the ranch and in the Rocky Mountain wilderness, and she finds this buffalo calf without its mother, and she ends up bringing it home to the ranch. And she soon realizes it's this rare, sacred animal to the Native Americans, and it makes it very valuable to them. And then all these European trappers, they're in the area, they're wanting it, and these men start to like come to her on the ranch, and they're kind of like wanting to like be with her to like get the rights to the thing or whatever, to the calf. They had ill intentions pretty much. And then some are like dangerous, like trying to, you know, shoot their way through it and get everything, like rob from them in ways. There's all this stuff going on. So they really want that calf. And Tanner Mason, he's the owner of the new trading post, and he sticks around to kind of help her. And, you know, he allows her and the calf to kind of stay in his area, his post, for safety reasons, right? Danger starts to come, it's too close to home, and the rest is history, right? You know the whole storyline, right? The good little Western romance cheese that you like, you know, pick this up. I think, like I said, I enjoyed book 1 a little bit more, but, you know, the pacing was just a little bit off here for me. But again, I really liked Lorelai's character. Lorelai, however you say her name again. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say her name. But I really like a good character who loves animals, wants to help people. And, you know, she had this compassion that I just really like to see as well. Tanner was a nice guy too, and, you know, he really wanted to protect her, so we always love that, right? And, you know, she was starting to kind of open up to the idea of it. At first, she's like, we don't need no help, we don't need no protection, but then you soon realize, girl, you need some help. So it was like, girl, you need some help. Let him help, okay? So, yeah, I also really like to see Juniper back in this book again with her man and what was going on with her life. And, you know, see the family relationship with the sisters and all that stuff, just as usual. So, yeah, overall, I'm really enjoying the series, and I can't wait to read the next one. I know the next one comes out in 2024. I can't remember if it's the summer or something like that. I'm definitely going to be reading it. So, I haven't even figured out who that is about, but this is just always like a fun, feel-good, homey type read that I think a lot of people would enjoy if you like Westerns and stuff. Yeah, this is one to look out for. So, yeah, so that's all I've read so far this book. What? But let me just tell y'all a little bit about the one I'm reading right now. I already kind of talked about this in another video. I want to say about 60% in on Dreaming About Forever by Mandi Blake. Here's the cover. I'm so sorry I've been behind on this. I done told her, I said, girl, she sent me this to read, honey. I said, I'm so sorry. She was like, do not worry about it. She's like, never apologize for not getting something done, you know, like she was so kind. But I really have enjoyed this. I may give this 5 stars, y'all, truly. There's something about this, and I've heard the ending is emotional from one of my friends who really enjoyed it. It's a good Christmas read so far. I mean, it's good Christian faith, and the girl, she's never really been to church, and she's just, she's like into Hollywood and all this stuff, and her parents pretty much stole from her and her sister millions of dollars, right? And so this bodyguard guy comes in, and he's a former Marine, and he actually had lost a limb, one of his legs, and he has a Purple Heart award and all of that. So he has this layered of depth in his character, but he doesn't want her to know that because he's her bodyguard. He doesn't want her to think that he can't do his job. He still can protect her. He's still a really great guy. And so she doesn't really necessarily know about that for a while. And they start to kind of get to know each other. She is trying to hide from the paparazzi this whole time, pretty much. I should have said that. But so that's why he's the bodyguard. And ends up going back to Redemption Ridge and seeing his family, getting to know his mother and all this good stuff. And, you know, it's a really good story. I love that she's getting to see what it's like to live off the grid again without having to be in all this mess. And she's still having to kind of take some calls and stuff. But, you know, seeing her and him get to know each other, it's so good. Now, there are names. Okay, we're losing me. Alicia and Jordan. Yeah. So, Alicia Carver and Jordan Taylor. Okay. So, yeah, there's all this stuff going on. And I just really like their interactions together. I'm sure it's kind of like insta-lovey, but I don't feel that with her books. Like, even if they are, they don't feel it, really, because the way the setting is, it feels natural. It feels like, okay, she's been called in here, and she's really getting to starting to know him and stuff. So I just really, really like this book, okay? The town is set in Colorado. I forgot to say that. Just a really cute little Christmassy romance that I'm really enjoying. What are you doing, Hub?
I said it works.
I'm going to try to finish out this weekend. Okay, I'm literally like 66%. Need to get through that. And I need to know the ending. So, yeah, my heart. I need to know. For the remainder of the month, let me just share with you guys kind of what I plan to read. Definitely going to keep going through Little Women. I want to finish this by next week so I can get that vlog done for the last day of Vlogmas. And I need to get into, I've not been in the mood to read this, y'all, so transparency. I need to get in the mood to read this, but A Winter by the Sea, Julie Klassen, just recently released. I don't know if I'll be in the mood yet. We'll see. But the Christmas reads, that's what I'm really wanting to read. And it is Christmas Shopaholic, Sophie Kinsella. May end up DNFing that because of language. We'll see. If I ain't feeling it, it's gone. And then All's Fair in Love and Christmas by Sarah Monzon and Melody Carlson, A Royal Christmas. These are for the reading vlog as well. I still ain't got to them. I've heard they're good, so we'll see. And then I've got these that are options for the remainder of the month, towards the end of the month, around the Christmas time, okay? So, The Cat in the Christmas Tree, Callie Smith Grant. Really want to try to get into that because I love good cat stories. I wanted to read that last year so bad. The Christmas Dress, Courtney Cole. And then Christmas at Harrington's, Melody Carlson. So those are some of the ones that I have. I also want to read Christmas Baggage. Okay, I don't know if I get to it. I really want to, though. So maybe towards like the end of the month, we'll see. But I really want to get into that. Okay, that's book 1 in the Christmas Escape series. I'll show you all what it looks like on my Kindle. It's by Deborah Hathaway. Looks like this. So y'all have seen these, I'm sure. Okay, they all over the place. I'll leave the series down below if you want to check them out. But I want to just try it out. Cute little romance. See how I fare, okay? So that's kind of it for this video. That's what I've read so far, what I'm hoping to read towards the end of the month. We'll see. I don't know how I'm going to feel. So I want to get back into reading. I've been kind of slumpy because I've been working on all these videos. If I can just get these videos done, take 2 weeks off, hey, that'll be great. So, and you already have some content till the end of the month, and I'll be off during that time. So pre-film, you know, we love that. So, and just not come back to like the 1st of January. That'd be great. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you all for watching. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let's chat below as we always do down in the comments. And I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video. Bye y'all.